Guys, at the beginning of the video, there's, I'm sorry, the audio of me is not so great. It's there. I don't know what happens that it picks up at the end, but if you could bear with that, great. If not, again, just listen to the video. That's the interview video of Nick's mom, because I think that's a really important video. But I also think that the things that I am pointing out are very important, and maybe they've been pointed out before, not quite in the way that I'm pointing them out, obviously, because we're all unique and we all come from different ways and such like that, right? So there's a reason why we watch other content creators, because we can relate to them. Maybe they explain things better, whatever it is, guys, so I'm hoping that that's what I do in this interview. In this series of interviews, I will be much more careful when I am speaking and using this microphone, which seems to just be sometimes here, sometimes there. Anyway, guys, I think this interview is really important. Again, I want to thank everybody who participated, who donated, who changed their profile photo, who said prayers, who wrote letters to the judge, who was up on the lawn. Everybody that had nothing but goodwill for Corey Michelot. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. And I know that the Michelot family thanks everybody, guys. So from our community, thank you. All right, guys, so let's jump into this. Tell me what you're eating for brekkie. I'm going to show you what I'm eating. I'm going to take a picture. And guys, just so you know, that clump of potato is actually a loaded potato. Aldi's puts them out. They have like the stringy hash browns inside, cheesy jalapeno, good stuff. All right, guys, so let's watch this. Let's check this out. There's almost 12,000. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Jump in. Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. Guys, there's a lot that I wanted to talk about as far as the interview that goes with Nick's mom. Nick's mom, Stephanie, who is no longer with us, supposedly ended her own life. I don't know if it was intentional or by accident. It seemed, unfortunately, that I apologize, guys. It seems, unfortunately, that there's talk that she just couldn't handle what was going on with Nick, and she needed a way out, or she just needed to make herself feel better. I don't know if there was any kind of problems previous to what happened with Nick. She did have another child who was younger than Nick. Nick has a half brother, and so I'm not judging anybody, but there's also, a responsibility to be around for the other child as well. I have never been in those shoes. I am not going to even try, but I am not just going to take for granted that it was Nick that made this woman have the problems she had until I were to be 100% sure of that. That happened with her son Nick might have been a contributing factor that might have made an addiction become life-threatening. Not that they all are, and I don't want to have that conversation. We can have that conversation at a different time. I'm just not trying to throw more on Nick or even on Gypsy than need be. However, it is fair to say that Gypsy totally destroyed this woman's life. Whether she's the direct cause of her losing her life, I don't know. And I don't know that anybody will ever know for sure about that. But I did want to talk about this interview and kind of go through it and break it down. It looks like that I'm able to do this, so I'm hopeful that I am able to do it, guys. So let's just see how it goes. So again, this is the interview. It looks like it was taken in 2015. Was it on July 16th, 2015? Anyway, guys, I'm not 100% sure of the date, But yeah, this is the interview. I moved the speed up to 1.25, and let's just kind of talk about it as it goes on. This is the same woman, the same interrogator right here, this woman right here, as the same one that interviewed Nick and through his interrogation.
As you know, Nicholas was charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. And what happened is he got a bus ticket. And he came to Springfield, which is where I live, New York, and he and Gypsy conspired to kill her mother. He stabbed her numerous times in the back while she slept in her bed. They cleaned up the area. He had a hotel room.
They cleaned up it was all like...
They cleaned up some blood that was in the house. They got a hotel room. They hung out until they could get the bus ticket to come back here.
So guys, you see, this woman does not look like an H user at all. You know, it looks like she's got it together. I'm not saying she's never done that before, but it definitely doesn't look like there's a problem with that type of addiction with her here. You know, you can tell that, you know, she's had her phone taken away from her for quite a few days now. She's already digested the fact of what her son is being charged with, and she's come to the realization that he did it. You know, she's not even fighting that he did it. She knows that if he said he did it, he did it. So now she's just kind of hearing more or less on a personal level of what happened, instead of it being so formal as it was before. So this is a mom that is finding out for the first time that, you know, her autistic son is no longer going to be coming home. And he was manipulated in such a way that his life is forever changed, as well as a bunch of other people's lives are forever changed. So let's just continue on with that.
I mean, it's just, my son has never done anything violent, so it's like...
That's what he said.
I mean, oh my God.
He said that he's never... I mean, what do you think about this?
I don't know. I mean, I know that once he started going down there, we always keep a close watch on him, because he has... And that's
Has
why
he been
does what he does.
diagnosed with... Okay.
So that's why we kind of, you know, treat him like, when he was last doctor he talked to, they said his mind is probably always going to be 15, 16, right around there. So we always try to keep a close watch on him. When he said he wanted to go down there, I mean, I was a basket case. I'm like, you've never been out on your own, you know what I mean? So, but last time he didn't tell us so.
Okay.
He got a cab and never said anything to us, and I saw a taxi pull up in my driveway.
Okay.
And I ran out there right as he was loading his stuff, and I'm like, where are you going? He's like, well, I didn't think you were going to let me go. I'm like, well, I mean, why would, you know, it's not okay for you to just take off. You don't tell us where you're going. So he's never done anything like this. Nothing violent, you know what I mean? That's why I'm in shock.
Okay.
I
think he's madly in love with this girl.
I know. It's like, even when I try to...
So guys, she is saying that Nick has never done anything like this. And if anybody has done any kind of research of Nick Godejohn online, he had a little YouTube channel or Facebook page that he actually just reviewed songs. He was pretty soft-spoken. He wouldn't even tell people, you know, get the song. You should get the song if you like the song. He was very, almost meek and, you know, totally respectful, it appeared online. And the actions that took place at Dee Dee's are something that his mom never in a million years would have ever thought that he was capable of that. So somebody that she entrusted 100% and knew 100%, to find out that your son was manipulated in such a way, because she doesn't seem surprised of the manipulation. She doesn't seem surprised at the way her son's mind worked. She just never thought in a million years. Like, that was never a thought, that somebody would come in, manipulate her son, who's challenged, to murder anybody, let alone that person's parent. Like, who? This is nothing that you could prepare your kid for, more or less. Like, you have to do what's right. You instill those things in your children. I don't know enough about autism to understand how easy this would have been for Nick, or for Nick to believe. But 100%, I don't think his mind works in rationale the way that the average person's mind works like that. So how unfair for somebody like Gypsy, who's very shrewd, very smart, very conniving, very manipulative, to have taken advantage of somebody that she knew couldn't even possibly think that he might have been being set up for something. He only thought that this was the only way that he could be with his princess. I'd say that Nick needed glasses too.
We talked to him about, oh, you know, there's plenty of girls out there. You're a good-looking kid. Why don't you meet a girl at church or something, you know? He just, I mean, that's the way it works, though. When you have what he has, it's like your mind focuses on one thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
So, I never thought he'd do something like this, though.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just trying to hold it together because I don't want to lose it right now.
I know.
I have a little boy at home.
I know.
And trying to explain to him, hey, you're never going to see your brother again. Or, you know what I mean? It's like...
Does he have many friends?
Nick?
Yeah.
He hangs out with his cousin, but his cousin's a good kid.
Okay.
I mean, they're good kids. They don't...
Did his cousin know anything about this?
Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, she's like an angel.
Is he in shock over this?
I don't know if his cousin knows. I haven't had my phone.
Okay.
They threw me down on the ground, took us to the school, and I haven't talked to anybody.
Okay.
I mean, I just called my work today. Nobody knew.
Okay.
Nobody knew what happened, thank God, but I don't know. How are we, I mean, just for us to get down there to see him or trial or whatever, I mean, someone have given
This
me
is what's
contact
going to
with us?
happen. He'll be presented with some paperwork for extradition.
Okay.
The way he talks, he's gonna sign papers to be extradited.
Okay.
He'll be taken back to Missouri.
Okay.
Once he's in Missouri, he'll be at the Greene County Jail in Springfield, Missouri, and that's where his trial will be and everything will be there
Okay.
in that
I
area.
mean, will someone be in contact with us? So we...
He's an adult. He'll have to make contact with you
Okay.
himself.
Okay.
It will have like phone access and things like that in our county. I don't know what they do here.
Right.
He'll be here for at least 30 to 90 days.
Okay.
So you might get with this county and make arrangements for visits and stuff like
Okay.
that. He didn't want you to know, he said that you would be a basket case, is his words,
Yeah.
and that he said that to make sure that we let you know that he loves you. And I told him that we would. And he's really in love with this Gypsy. And he did tell me, I mean, I interviewed him for a long time, and he told me that that he did it because he loves her and he wants to be with her, and he thought this was the only way that they could do that. So
That's the thing that sucks, is that he's such a good kid. He's a good kid. He's not, you know, he's definitely not built for prison. I'm just in shock.
So you see that, right? He did it for her. He only did it for her. He wouldn't have done it for anybody else, only for her, because, and I'm taking the liberty here to say this, but she told him this was the only way for us to be together. The only thing stopping us from a happy life, Nicholas, is my mom, who, by the way, beats me, Nicholas. She beats me. She ties me up. She makes me sleep outside, makes me pee in a cup. It's so degrading. Nicholas, she locks me in the shed. All of this untrue. And somebody like Nicholas, somebody with his mind, he takes this and he legitimately thinks of it as reality, as real. Not that this person could be lying to him, not that this person could be deceiving him, but that the person that he loves needs him. And this is the only possible way, because we all know Nick tried several times to say, Gypsy, come on, just let's go, let's go, let's go. No, she'll find me. She'll find me and she'll unalive me. I can't live like that, Nicholas. I can't live like that. So she's telling Nicholas all this, knowing at this point, after over 2 years of manipulating him and knowing him, how much he could be manipulated. And she, like a master manipulator, and I've compared her to Charlie Manson, right? Taking advantage of weaker individuals, weaker people, people that are more vulnerable. and which Nicholas was, and Gypsy wasn't. So she did, and somehow some people think, well, we should blame Dee Dee on this. Really? I didn't see Dee Dee do anything like that. Dee Dee didn't do anything like that. We actually don't know what Dee Dee did and what Dee Dee didn't do, because Dee Dee is not here to stand up for herself and say, yes, I conned people for money. No, I never hurt my child in any way except exposing her to a life of grifting. She doesn't have the opportunity to say any of that. For all we know, before she was unalived, she could have said to Gypsy, I can't do this anymore. We can't do this anymore. We're just going to have to make it little by little, day by day. They'll probably take the house away from us. You're not a child anymore. We're not going to get the benefits we used to get. And Gypsy could have said, to hell with that bullshit. I'm going to make myself a victim again. Watch. Who knows but to believe whatever Gypsy says. To believe whatever Gypsy says when she opens her mouth and lies. You guys know that. So I dare anybody who's this big, gigantic Gypsy supporter to take all of your money and bet that that's Ken's kid. You can't. You won't. Because there's doubt there. Nick hasn't lied. I'm sorry. Nick lied at the very beginning of his interrogation because that's what he was told to do by Gypsy. And then when the interrogator, that woman there, said, she told us the truth, Nick. The gig's up. She told us the truth. Nick repeated the truth and has not stopped repeating the truth. Gypsy has lied again and again and again and again and again. And the demolition that is behind her, where somebody like Ken, who could watch this video, Ken Urker and Ryan Anderson and the Urker family and the Anderson family can look at this video and say, Gypsy's gonna be a good mom. She's got her it together, and she's just gonna be a perfect mom because she has great character. They need to look at this video and remember that the person that's one of the people that are talking, a mom of a young child, is no longer here because she couldn't handle what Gypsy did. And you still want to go around and believe that Nick was the master manipulator. You're living in a world of make-believe, And if it wasn't such a serious video, I would sing the song, You're Living in a World of Make-Believe. But it is serious. And the fact that this woman is having a child and that people are proud to be the dad or fighting over who the dad is. Are you kidding me? This is the legacy of Gypsy Rose Blanchard. She hasn't done anything since she's been out of prison to change her life for the better. She's much more demolition. There is much more people behind her in the wake of her. People that she just didn't care about. People that she had to do away with. Maybe not the way she did away with her mom, but breaking somebody's heart and breaking somebody's spirit, that might not be criminal, but it's not good. It's not a good character trait. Not something I would want in my mom. What do you guys think about that? We're going to go through this video more and more. I'll probably do like 2 more parts of this video because you guys could watch the video in its entirety. I'm just picking out parts of the video that I think are pertinent in showing what a crazy, evil person Gypsy Rose Blanchard is, and why in the world anybody would think that she's going to be a good mom or a good wife or a good person in society today. Show me where that's begun, please. Please, show me where that's begun, guys. Hey, guys. So that's the first time I ever did a video kind of like that. I mean, I didn't even know I was able to do that except for Piper, CSI, one of our members of our community. She was able to help me with the live stream that I did for the Christopher Gregor sentencing, and through that she had shown me how to do this stuff. Still need to figure out how to do that test thing, but because I couldn't figure that one out. So thank you as always. I appreciate every single one of you. Be better today than you were yesterday. Not half as good as you'll be tomorrow. Always, always, always be kind. Thanks, guys.
What did you think about Gypsy?